Hey John, so we are doing, recently there's a lot of inquiries from real estate agents from the outside who's thinking of possibly joining our team. They want to know exactly. So we're doing a quick interview like this. You've been in business, first of all, how long have you been, how long ago did you join the team?
Joined the team about 6 months ago.
6 months. And how long you been in business before we met?
About 7 years.
7 years. So you pretty much kind of get an idea as to what the norms and standard as far as the real estate industry, right?
Yeah.
So how do you see the difference between our team versus over and above the normal standards industry best practices?
Well, basically, for what I did before, it was pretty much solo agent. And as a solo agent, I'm doing everything myself. Just having the assistant, like the TC. I'm still handling the TC work myself. And then, any questions, I go to my broker. The broker doesn't really answer my questions, but
What do you mean doesn't really answer the question? So when you ask question like, what do you mean doesn't really answer the question?
well, they just tell me, what they say on the books,
Okay.
but they don't tell me how to handle it.
It's not practical
Yeah,
advice.
it's not
basically.
practical advice.
Okay. And then what?
Okay, so when I ask, and they just tell me what it says on the book, but then as far as how to handle the objections or the obstacle, they don't tell me on what to say. So that's why after joining the team, meeting with all the seniors and also with you, asking the question, everybody's really here to help me out, and we have a good teamwork involved in this team. And then the time that I spent just going out to negotiating deals, and when I'm in escrow, the TC handles pretty much everything. And if I need help, like just today, I asked help from Rachel. She's just an assistant. She's helping me out with some other things as well, like doing some other to-dos and tasks.
Yes, that's a good point. You brought up a couple of good points. Number one, the word team now has been abused so much in the industry. Everybody claimed to be team. So before we met, you heard about the idea of team, but what was your understanding of team before, and when you find out, like, what was the word team means to you now?
Well, the team what I was thinking about before was just escrow, because I always use one escrow, use one lender, and then the title I use one title. That was the team that I had involved. But then when something happens, I have to go to them. But then they're working for their manager or for their company. But then here at TeamNuvision, when I have a problem, I can come to you, I can go to Kyle, I can go to Alex or Clarence, and they're really involved in trying to help me to solve the problem.
And yeah, and in addition to that, when we refer to the word team here, I'm talking about we have somebody in our team who specialize on lead generation. That's our marketing department. And then we have our telemarketing who call the leads, convert it to an appointment. So when we talk about teams here, it's completely different than
Yeah.
what everybody's saying. What about you personally, as far as if there's one in the last 6 months, what was your biggest takeaway that touched you personally? Right? Meaning, like, wow, that really make a big impact for you.
I think I can talk about what's happening right now. So I have two escrows right now, and before what I was doing is I'm going crazy with the two escrows because I'm handling pretty much everything. But with the two escrows, I have Mary and Katerina handling my escrows, and when people are calling or emailing, they're the ones who are responding for me, and I'm just out there doing either showing or doing negotiating deals. And sometimes my phone is off for 2-3 hours if I'm at a listing appointment, and they're answering all the emails for me. So when I come back, after the listing appointment, I check my email, and all the forms and everything is already done for me. So
Yeah.
that's a key thing. So the stress I had before is, it's so much. Now I don't feel anything.
So that's really powerful because what you said is the way when we talk about team here is relieving your time. So it free up your
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
So you can do more time to serve the client.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay, so for people who's looking around our team, just if I can transport this video back to you 6 months ago while you are still looking at our team from the outside, what would you tell yourself back then, 6 months? If somehow I can take this video, transport it to 6 months ago, what would you tell yourself?
Oh wow. I would, going back to the future, I would tell myself, joining, because making this change is a big step, but you don't realize how good it is. You don't appreciate it until you actually experience it. with having the team involved and helping you push the transaction along. So I would just tell myself that making that the choice is going with Rudy, going to TeamNuvision is a good choice for me because it's going to free up my time. My time I can use to spend time with my family. And now
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You can actually have more time. That's actually a good point because now when you free up your time, either you negotiating deals, if you're not negotiating deals with clients, just spend more time with the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of real estate agents, I just yesterday I met somebody from Coldwell Banker, George. She said she's been in business for 3 years. She closed 3 transactions last year. And I asked her, like, you only closed 3 transactions for the whole year. Like, what have you been doing? Cold calling, prospecting, door knocking. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you could have spent that time with your family. And plus, after you do all that, you have nothing. The result is there is no results. You close 3 deals in a year after 3 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I guess we gotta go now. So, what else I was about to say? Oh, in the last 30 days, or 3 months, in the last 3 months, how many transactions you open and close?
3 months. In 3 months, I think of 4 to 5.
And now you are working on how many? 2?
Working on, I have 2 right now, and 1 listing that's gonna open up escrow. by
So
next
that's
week.
about five transactions overall?
5 to 6. Yeah.
5 to 6 transactions in the first 3 months today. Today is March 2017, right? So John Huang.